Morning, everyone. How are we all today? I hope we're well. Um, Good day yesterday, relaxing day off, and then you go up to the nonsense in the papers today. Honestly, right? I'm no messing about this morning. Want to get this done. Okay, so it's Indy Truck Davy out the truck and at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it's dark, dank, wet, warm, 10 degrees. Today's high will be 14 degrees. Wind speeds 14 to 24 miles an hour. And the pollen couldn't, Disney couldn't. But that's a picture here. Warm, wet, windy, dank, dark. I hope it's a wee bit better where you guys are, but I doubt it very much. Right, first up this morning, let's get this torture out of the way. First up this morning, we've got the Scotsman. Calls for heads to roll in wake of Peggy case. Judge finds NHS 5 harassed nurse. That's the important line here, folks. It was the board's handling of a complaint. There was no substance to her complaint, according to the tribunal. And here we see this nurse celebrating. The allegations she made against the trans doctor, all dismissed, but the trust, the board, it harassed her. 4 instances, apparently. Right, let's get that nonsense down. Get shot here. Next up, a Herald. Let's get the same nonsense. And it says, Nurse Peggy's lawyers warn of problems for women after ruling. Nurse Peggy's lawyers warn of problems for women after ruling. Well, what was it that Nurse Peggy's lawyer said? Well, just so that we don't get any confusion, we'll put that up. So we'll go get it. Miss Gibbons said, our preliminary thoughts about aspects on the judgment are highly problematic for women, leaving the onus on them to object when their privacy, dignity, and safety are violated when men are given access to single-sex spaces. Isn't that the way it's always been? Haven't women always been left with the onus on them to judge whether a situation's safe or not? This is fucking nonsense. There's no additional problems here. None. It's always been the case when a woman's in a space that's being used by other people. We've got to assess whether the space is safe or not. The same applies for men. When you're using a multi-person space, you see, is this a safe space? We're a lot of nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Next up, a Metro. What's that got for us this morning? I say I've no enthusiasm for these headlines at all. NHS board harassed nurse in trans row. Tribunal rules on changing room claims. And all the changing room claims were dismissed. The complaints against Dr. Upton, totally dismissed. It's the board's handling that amounted to harassment. Oh dear. Next up, a fail. Pressure piles on health bosses after landmark tribunal ruling as Sandy Peggy tells of her family's agonising 2-year ordeal. NHS chiefs did harass nurse in trans medic row. Do you know, as I've looked at this case, And of course, the culture wars against gender, divergent gender ideas. This case hasn't been about Sandy Peggy's rights. This is about denying Dr. Upton, the trans person, equal rights. I was asking about this yesterday. I'll ask you the same question today. Why haven't they amended the fucking Equalities Act? This is getting out of hand. So what is, as I say, this isn't about the nurse and her rights. This is about denying another person equal rights. Okay. Really. And I'll need to see your comment after the video. I can't see Facebook comments here anymore since Facebook blocked them. Right. Where are we? They're answered. Trans row nurse. Tribunal victory. Sandy, my agony. They say, what about the other person? What has Dr. Upton been put through? Where is mention of the vindicated Dr. Upton in all this? Because all other claims were dismissed by the tribunal except for the harassment by the board. All dismissed. And one thing that's obviously been dismissed and hasn't been mentioned as far as I can tell is the transgender doctor, Dr. Upton. Was it Upton? I think so, why? But her victory, the victory is denying somebody equal rights. Right, next up. The Times. What's that got for us today? Nurse narrow wins after tribunal agonising trans. After. Let's start that again. Nurses narrow win after agonising trans tribunal. They say I'm pretty well sick of listening to this. Why this is front page news and employment tribunals front page news? Fucking really? What how many employment tribunals make front page news a week? A month? A year? This is probably the first one in a fucking long time. The last one I think I've seen front page news was Chris McElhenney versus the Ministry of Defence. Fucking nonsense. As you can see, folks, I'm not enamoured by the news today. The Express has. Let's have a look. Tribunal finds NHS Fife did harass medic who objected to sharing space with man. Supreme Court's got a lot to answer for, but so are the people who wrote the 2000, was it 2000 Equalities Act? I think it was 2002. Anyway, victory for changing room trans row nurse Sandy. No, it wasn't. Any complaints made about the doctor? Well, dismissed. The only thing that was upheld was that the board harassed her. And now we'll get the Tory graph. As you can see, folks, I've no enthusiasm for the news today. This is fucking nonsense. Peggy toasts bittersweet victory. Wonder how much this is going to cost the public fucking purse. The mere fact it's been all over the papers means a lot. Next up, we'll get a national. It's Scotland's energy. I remember when the campaign slogan was "It's Scotland's oil." It's Scotland's energy. Swinney spells out steps that would slash bills by a third after independence. Only a third, John. Where's your ambition? Yeah. And then, of course, with the fucking half-wits. yesterday, all questioning how would energy be cheaper? Why would it be cheaper? Answer fucking simple. We would decouple for the UK energy market. We would be selling to the UK. And then the profits that are being made for selling to our UK, we would demand that the power grid network and generators used it to lower the cost of electricity prices here. The other thing we wouldn't do is charge the further away you're from the generating centre. No matter where you'd live, the price would be the fucking same. And the onus on supplying would be to the generators and the national grid, because if they want to make money, they have to have customers hooked up. Next up, we'll get a Guardian. This one has got a totally crap headline, which I'm going to fix. A critical moment, European leaders rally behind Ukraine. Let me fix that fucking headline for the stupid people at the Guardian. A critical moment, European leaders and Sir Keir Starmer rally behind Ukraine. And why is that European leaders and Sir Keir Starmer? Because the fuckwits and idiots in England voted to leave fucking Europe. So it's European leaders and little England's Prime Minister rally behind Ukraine. That's that headline fixed. I was due to blow a fuse with the nonsense in the paper this morning. European leaders rally behind Ukraine. No, European leaders and half-wit Starmer rally behind Ukraine. Right then, that was the Guardian. Next up, I've got the Scum. Christ, I've really battled through this today. The reason being is it's all the one headline and it's nonsense. And then, of course, we get the Guardian. You're looking for something different, and it gives you a fucking crap headline and all. Wow, I'm grumpy this morning. Really grumpy this morning. Yeah. What's the Scum got for us today? Oh, it's on the footy. Haiti's World Cup trick. Voodoo ball. Talk about stereotyping the fucking people. I suppose a voodoo ball and stereotyping the people of Haiti through religion is just as bad as stereotyping the people of Scotland as violent fucking drunks and junkies. Or as Dame, would you call her, ex-Tory leader for Holyrood, said, well, we always put the Scots in a corner where they can't break or steal nothing. Fuck. But here we've got the Scum doing the same thing to the people of Haiti because voodoo is a religion there. Well, lovely stuff. Right, let's see what the stars go for us this morning. Yeah, I'll go and take my grumpy arse into the kitchen and cook myself some breakfast. It's almost lunch, but it's time for breakfast. I can listen to Young Reagan a week while I'm doing it. Right, what's this thing got? No Prime Minister, Sir Keir talking rubbish. It would appear that the most unpopular Prime Minister in the history of that Parliament down that fucking road has taken to TikTok. Don't know why. Nobody fucking listens to him here. What makes him think there's going to be anybody listening to him on TikTok? Here's one of the guys that when you hear his voice, you turn the fucking volume off on the TV. Or in my case, on YouTube. I see his picture coming up. I read the title and decide, do I have to listen to this or do I no? Because listening to that man is really, really difficult. Really difficult. And when he does speak, the amount of mental gymnastics you've got to do to get to the fucking point of what he's trying to say isn't worth the effort of listening. So, Sir Keir's now on TikTok. I'm glad I'm no. Yeah. My videos were restricted right away because I didn't bother reading the community rules. Serves me right, eh? Well, looks like you're all going to have time for a cup of tea or to make a cup of coffee before young Reagan Week kicks off at 11 o'clock this morning, because I've had my full of the day. And I mean it. I've had my full of the day. The headlines were pish. The Nurse Peggy case is all part of the culture war nonsense that's going on. Divide and rule is what's going on. Thanks, Anne. And as I say, the Sandy Peggy case, it's no about Sandy Peggy's rights. It's about denying somebody else equal fucking rights. And it's about time this Labour government got on with rewriting the fucking Equalities Act. This nonsense needs to fucking stop. See you tomorrow morning when hopefully I'm a wee bit less grumpy. Eyes on the prize. Oh, and just think, you could be saving £1,000 a year on your electricity.